Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to be going over freshman tips for high school or just any year of high school really. Since back to school time is approaching pretty fast, I was like, you know what, why not make my own little freshman tip video, seeing that I am now a senior in high school and I've been through pretty much everything you can think of my 3 years of high school so far. I can't really sit here and talk to the camera for a long amount of time, but I can do my makeup. So it's gonna be a little get ready with me / my everyday makeup routine. I'm not gonna go into too many details because this video is about the freshman tips. But anyways, enough of that. Let's just get right into the tips and the makeup. My first section of tips for this video has got to be summer prep. When school ends for this and summer break starts, everybody's so excited. They're like, yay, summer break, no more teachers, no more parents bugging me to do my homework, all that crap. But if you're like me, after that first month of summer ends, you start to get to that realization that school's starting again. I, for one, like to be prepared way ahead of time. Start your back to school shopping early as possible. As soon as you have the money to do it, they don't have to be expensive brands, but just start it as soon as possible. If you wait till the 1st of August, because everybody goes back to school in August, if you wait till August, you're going to have such a hard time finding exactly what you want, and you're going to be stuck in lines forever. As long as I can remember, with back to school shopping, I have been waiting until August to go back to school shopping, and it's just been so hectic. Like, there's so many lines, so many people, just things I don't want to deal with. I don't really recommend going to the mall. I would say order your stuff online because the online just has a wider selection and you don't really want to waste your time walking around some big mall and then not finding what you want. When it comes to the first couple days of school, you're probably not going to get all the clothes you want right away, and that's okay. You only really need a couple clothes to last you for the first 2 weeks because you already have clothes in your closet. You don't need to buy new clothes all the time. And you'll probably get new clothes for your birthday or Christmas, so don't spend too much time getting new clothes. I, for one, love the summer because you can just glow up. You can do whatever you want. I mainly spend my time in the summer learning new hairstyles, new makeup routines, just stuff that will make me look better in the long run. If you're trying to have a summer glow up before school year starts, I highly suggest developing a skincare routine, makeup routine, all that. So besides back to school shopping and the summer glow up you may or may not want to have, depending on your school district and your school system, they should have prep days and camps that you can go to during the summer. If you are really that scared about going into high school, I highly suggest you go to the prep days. Actually, no matter what your emotions are, you should always go to the prep days. The prep days, they're going to have your schedule, they're going to let you get your own ID, they're going to have everything you need to be successful for the school year. Prep days are going to get you a little tour around the school. They're going to help you do everything. And it's super important as a freshman that you go to fish camp and prep days. Do not skip those no matter what. You will regret not going. They're there to help you, and why not take a free tool to help you? What? It's like having the cheat sheet to a test. Why would you not take the cheat sheet? Honestly, I would say you need to sacrifice your summer to have a successful school year. Even if you're not a freshman, like you're past the freshman age, you're about to be a junior in high school, you're about to be a sophomore in high school, just sacrifice your summer. As soon as you're old enough to get a job, get that summer job. Summer jobs are essential. They are essential to having a good school year. You're gonna need money. Freshman year, everybody's bummy. Nobody really has money like that. They're all scared. They're all coming into a big new school. By the time you get to your junior year, even your sophomore year really, everybody has swag now. And if you're not up to date on the swag, no. For me, that was one of my big motivators in getting a job. It was just like, I'm tired of living off my parents' payroll. I'm tired of asking my parents for money. I want my own money that I can do my own stuff with. Now, if you're not old enough to get a summer job yet, I recommend asking your parents, working something out with like allowance, chores around the house, anything that can help you earn money over the summer so you're not just sitting at home doing nothing, sleeping all day or something like that. Besides going out with friends, you should always try and make money, I think. Society has progressed in such a way that we cannot live without money, no matter what age you are. I can't find my makeup brush, bro. So if you attended the prep days for your school, the first day of school should be, it's not going to be a breeze, but it should be a lot easier. You should already have your schedule from prep days, but if you don't, your first period teacher or your second period teacher, no matter, depending on how your school district is, they should have your schedule for you. The first thing you need to do when you get your schedule, take a picture. Take a picture of your schedule, send it to your mom, send it to your friends, get familiarized with your schedule, but make sure you take a picture. Because if you lose that paper copy, you're going to be having a hard time trying to find your way around school and find your classes. You're probably going to have to go to the front office and get a new paper copy or ask one of your teachers to reprint it for you. So to avoid all that drama, just take a picture of your schedule. My eyebrows always take the longest time and I cannot see right now. So let me just do them off camera real quick and I'll be back to talk about my other tips. After you know your schedule, the biggest thing that's probably the most confusing on the first day of school is getting around the school. One thing I can tell you, everybody is going to be trying to meet up with their friends. What you need to do is not do that. Wait till lunch and wait until you finally are familiarized with the school to try and meet up with your friends. If you really have to meet up with your friends so desperately, take a bathroom break and tell them to take a bathroom break so you can meet up when there's nobody in the hallways. If y'all are trying to meet up during passing period, do you know how many people are going to be in the hallways on the first day of school? It's going to be so crowded. Like the first day of school, most freshmen and even some sophomores still don't know about the little back routes or the secret paths they can take to avoid the big crowd in the middle of the school. Everybody is going to be in one area. It's going to be one big cluster. And I've seen it happen so many times. If you're claustrophobic, you're an introvert, you're shy, you don't want to be in that little messy, crowded area. So why wait for your friends there? What you need to do is just find your classes. Let's say you didn't go to prep day and you didn't get the little tour of the school. There are going to be a lot of teachers. They're supposed to be. I don't know how it is at any other school, but I know at least at my school, there are a lot of teachers that are just sitting around the hallways, standing around every passing period with their doors open to help whoever they can when they're lost. Remember, it is okay to ask for help. Unfortunately, I had to learn this the hard way because I too used to be shy, but you are not going to get anywhere in life if you don't speak up. Like that one popular saying, closed mouths don't get fed. It's true, they do not get fed. When it comes to needing help with stuff like that, speak up, use your voice. They cannot get mad at you for speaking up. Remember that. They're here to help you. That is their job. So as soon as you figure out a pathway to your classes, memorize that pathway, get familiar with it, walk that same path for the first couple of weeks of school, maybe even months, so you can become like familiar with it. And then when you finally get familiarized with the school, start taking alternative routes so you can skip the crowd, especially if you're claustrophobic. You can skip the crowd, get to class faster, stuff like that. Despite me saying I don't recommend meeting up with your friends, I know people are still going to do it, but trust me, it is way better to focus on yourself first. So hopefully after you found your classes, you shared your schedule with your friends. Hopefully you guys have some classes together so it makes the orientation and like the little get to know me little activities in class a little bit easier and less awkward. Hopefully you have some classes with your friends. I know almost every school year I had at least 3 or 4 classes with people that I knew, that I was somewhat close with, or I was super close with. Next topic I want to talk about is dressing to impress. Most definitely first day of school, first week of school, maybe even first 2 weeks of school, everybody is coming in their flyest fit. They got the newest shoes on, all fresh and clean. They got the newest phone. Everybody is coming to throw a good impression everywhere. If you don't want to fall behind, you don't want to be outcasted, which is sad that schools are like this and that people are like this, but it's true. If you want to stay up with everybody else and stay on the trend, I suggest you also dress to impress. Don't come to school in your pajamas. Coming to school on the first day in your pajamas is insane. I don't care. Like any other day, like it's a Friday and it's like way months later into the school year and you come in your pajamas, okay, cool, we get it. Everybody's being lazy. But the first day of school you're in pajamas, no. First day of school, you should be on that. You're a girl and you're like me, you're trying thinking about, oh, I need to get my nails done, I need to get my hair done, I need to do all that. Book that appointment. Book it. Book that appointment 2 weeks out before school starts. So you know for a fact you have your appointment spot confirmed, you got the money for it, you got all that. If you wait till the last minute to book your appointment, I promise you, you're gonna have no appointment spots and you're gonna be left with a mess in your head and you're just gonna be upset. So remember, dress to impress. It doesn't have to be expensive. You just gotta throw it together and it just gotta look good. When it comes to back to school hairstyles, if you're a girl, I can't really speak too much on the guys, but I know if you're a girl, try and get something more practical, especially if you're a freshman. If you're a freshman, I do not want to see you in no lace front. No lace front, no sew-in, braids. That's what you need. You need braids. When y'all be getting lace fronts, especially the younger girls that don't have their own job, like their mom paid for their lace front, y'all forget that you have to tie it up at night. Coming to school with the messed up lace, you're trying to cover it up with the headband, and it's not working. Guess what? If you would have got braids, you wouldn't have to worry about any of that. I highly suggest getting braids. Just to avoid that whole like, oh, my lace is lifting, my lace is messed up whole fiasco. Get braids. Stay away from the lace fronts for right now. Now we are going to talk about the first week of school. First week of school, you should have met all your teachers by now, become familiarized with your assigned seat if they have them, who's in your class, stuff like that. From this point on forward, it's all about making impressions. You want to make more friends this year? Okay, cool. Be yourself. Don't try and be anybody else. Be yourself. Don't try and copy anybody's personality you saw off TikTok, off of YouTube, because people, they notice that so quickly and they will outcast you like it's nothing. I, for one, don't recommend making new friends and trusting them so easily because people are fake and people will stab you in the back any chance they can get. Hopefully, when you go into high school, you have some day one friends that you can stick by and keep close. One thing I can tell you, when you're a freshman, the same friends that you were friends with in freshman year, same little friend group, it happens to everybody. And I tell you it happens to everybody, it happens to everybody. I didn't think it was gonna happen to me, but I'm so dead ass when I say this. The same friend group you had freshman year, you will not have senior year. They're either going to snake you out, or you yourself, you're going to realize that, dang, y'all were never good friends to me. And that's okay, because as you grow up, you're going to start to realize that, one, you're not a kid anymore, and two, different people are on different paths in lives. Like, say you want to be a teacher when you grow up. You should not be hanging around people who are going to do nothing but peer pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. Typically, your friendships are going to break apart no matter what. It's uncontrollable, it's inevitable, it's going to happen. Some of them will stay, yes, but most of them, 8 out of 10 times, 7 out of 10, they're going to break apart. Freshman year, I recommend you're cordial with everybody, you're nice, but you keep that little best friend and friend title very exclusive to a few people. So the first week of school, not a lot of stuff is going on. Football games don't typically start until like the second or third week. As soon as you possibly can, get familiarized with the layout. Get familiarized with your schedule so you don't have to keep looking at your phone 24/7. And most importantly, find out where you're gonna sit at lunch. When I was a freshman or a sophomore in high school, lunch was like the worst period of time for me because if I didn't have friends with the same lunch as me, I would have to make friends in that lunch. I feel like no matter how old you get, lunch is always the most awkward time when it comes to back to school. Because it's so big area. When you're freshly new to the school, you feel even more awkward because it's just like, why is my stomach going crazy right now? But when it comes to lunchtime and being a freshman, you're thinking all those thoughts in your head like, oh my god, everybody else here has friends, everybody knows where they want to sit. But truth is, of the matter, there's a lot of other people out there that are just like you that don't know where to sit. So talking to your friends and figuring out which lunch period they have, and if y'all can meet up before lunch so y'all can go into the cafeteria and walk in together, probably the most detrimental part of high school is lunch. One thing I can tell you for sure about the first week of school, don't be obnoxious. Don't be obnoxious. Don't be yelling around like, I'm in high school now. Don't be playing pranks. Don't be being obnoxious. Don't be disrespecting teachers. Don't do none of that. Because high school's not about that. And the older kids will for sure pick on you instead of pick on the person you're picking on. Nobody likes a bully anymore. It is 2024. About to be 2025. Nobody likes a bully. Nobody likes a prankster. That's why those YouTube prank channels are going down, because nobody wants to watch that anymore and nobody wants to live through that. Football games. As a freshman, I highly suggest you get some school spirit. Even if you're an introvert, you're a unenthusiastic person, try and find some enthusiasm. To get that full high school experience, you want to go to those football games. What I recommend for the football games is to make sure you have a friend that's going, because it can get a little bit hectic. All the different grade levels typically go. And when you're a freshman, I know for a fact the football games are a lot more stressful. I don't know what it is, but it's just like as soon as you age up, you realize, I'm old. Why do I have to care about being nervous during a football game? But when you're young and you're a freshman, the confidence is low and the nerves are high. So go with a group, go with a friend, make sure you ask your parents' permission, stuff like that. Spirit days, typically, they're held in the gym, the auditorium, or they're held outside on the football field. At my school, you can opt out of them. But if you can't opt out of them, make sure you meet up with a friend. Despite what the teachers say, I highly suggest meeting up with a friend to make it just a little bit more tolerable to be out there during the spirit days. Now, moving on to grades. Your first 2 years of high school, and everybody will tell you this, they're going to tell you it's not as important as the last 2 years, but I think all 4 years are important. If I had a time machine to go back and relive my high school years and do things differently, I would do it. My first year of high school, I got really good grades, A's and B's. My second year of high school, I flunked out. Well, I didn't flunk out of school, but I had to go to summer school. I had to remake up my grades because I was skipping classes. Despite what people tell you about the first 2 years of high school don't matter towards your GPA, get the good grades anyways. If you have plans past high school of going to college and doing something with your life school-wise, try and get good grades all throughout. So when you're in high school, deadlines matter, but not as much as college. College, they won't give you any leeway, like, at all. But high school, they'll give you leeway, they'll give you extra days to turn stuff in, they'll just take off points and stuff like that. So you don't really need a calendar and a planner to keep track of your work. If you're doing that, you're just being extra, and you're just gonna stress yourself out in the long run. So I really just recommend not letting your grades drop below a C. B's are where it's at. Always aim high and set your expectations high so you can actually like manifest yourself achieving those expectations. Study for test. You don't have to spend a whole week studying. That's so like dramatized by the media. Honestly, a day or two of studying, even right before the test, if you study and do little flashcards, you'll be okay. I honestly never really studied for a test my whole entire life, and I've always like made a good grade. And that's not just me bragging or like saying, oh, I'm super smart. It's just going to show you that you don't have to study. If you pay attention in class, the day they give out the test material, you do the review they give you, which is technically studying, you'll be just fine. I don't know if this is like this for any other school because I've lived in Texas for a majority of my life, even though my dad was military and we moved around. When I lived in New Jersey, they had like a state test that we had to do. I think it's called something like the PARC test or something like that. In Texas, we have the STAR test. So you have about, I think, 2 or 3 STAR tests you have to take in your high school years, and then you're done with STAR tests for the rest of your life. Make sure you get prepared and study for that. Take your testing seriously. Take the PSAT seriously. Take the SAT seriously. Take the STAR test seriously. And most importantly, if you're taking AP classes, don't slack. Dual credit and AP are one of the hardest things you can encounter when it comes to grades in high school. Don't slack, no matter what. Get on top of it, do it, get it done. Don't be lazy. Who wouldn't want free college credit just for doing the work in high school? Come on now. Like I said, it's like having the cheat sheet to a test and not taking it. So no matter what, don't slack on grades. If you have a big test coming up and you're so worried for it, and you're deciding to go to the football game instead of studying for the test, and then you're surprised you failed, just don't slack off. Don't procrastinate, don't slack off, get it done. Now, when it comes to dating as a freshman, honestly, it's not that much different from middle school relationships, which is why I suggest you don't date in high school as a freshman, because high school relationships, 5 times out of 10, they're not that serious. They're gonna end. If they don't end right away, like they last for a while, they're gonna end eventually. There are not a lot of people who have taken their high school sweetheart and gotten married to them or had a life outside of high school. Now, there are some people like that, yes, but there's not a lot. And who's to say it's gonna be you? Sorry, that sounds so messed up, but you get it. There's a lot of shady stuff that goes around in high school about dating and stuff like that, where if you're sending explicit photos to your lover or whatever and they get exposed, or just a lot of nasty stuff that happens in high school. So only thing that I can recommend so you avoid all that is just don't date. And if you do really want to date, like you really think you met the one, which you didn't. If you really think you met the one, then sure, by all means, go ahead. But make sure you're smart about it and you're safe about it. When you're in high school, your relationships aren't really going to get serious or be serious until you reach your junior year or senior year. But as a freshman, you're typically going to encounter the worst men ever. We've all heard about the super senior joke and all that crap. It's real. It's true. Don't get groomed. That sounds really wrong. Imagine your whole life just seemingly being ruined over one little relationship. Not only can a boy expose you or just be weird to you, the girls he used to date or the girls he'll date in the future could also come back and be weird to you as well just because you dated a guy. Imagine having so much drama come from just dating one guy. No. Now, granted, girls can do shady stuff to boys too, or girls can do shady stuff to girls, but just to avoid all that in general, I don't date in high school anymore. Okay, my eyeliner is probably so uneven. It is so infamous that you're going to get into a lot of drama as an underclassman, because underclassmen, they don't have jobs yet. They don't have serious things to worry about like college, extracurriculars, AP. So the only thing they can do is cause drama. Middle school drama is 10 times personified when you get to high school. Same middle schoolers that were messy, shaking butt, smoking in the restrooms, doing all that crazy stuff in middle school, just drag that on to high school. They only just got a little bit older. I just say stay away from it. Stay away from it. There's all I can even say about that. Some people are just miserable just to be miserable, and they're gonna make other people miserable along with them. So they'll pick fights for no reason. But if you know you're better than that, and you know you're not a miserable person, don't go picking a fight. Don't do it. You only really live through high school once, and you do not want your reputation to be tarnished by some fight over something petty like a boy. Fighting in high school is never necessary. Unless some girl randomly hits you for no reason and you're trying to defend yourself, yes. But starting the fight, almost, I would say 7 times out of 10, the person who started the fight has no reason to start it. Or if they do have a reason, it's not a valid reason. It's something stupid like, oh, you kissed my boyfriend, or you did this, which I guess on like an emotional level is a valid reason. But morally, no. When it comes to drama, do your best to avoid it. Don't have friends like that are causing drama. It may be hard to stop being friends with that person at first, but in the long run, you'll see that it was very well worth it that you stopped being that person's friend. Because if you want to accomplish great things in life, you're not going to do it surrounded by drama or just weird people like that are trying to fight you, trying to expose you on the internet, just trying to do awful, mean stuff to you that they shouldn't be doing. I highly recommend, and I wish I did something differently when my freshman year came around, I highly recommend finding what you're good at and pursuing that in high school, especially if it caters to your college life if you want to go to college. Don't ever give up on your hopes and dreams, always just chase after it. It's never too early to start and it's never too late to start. I, for one, used to do sports. I used to do track. I was never really good at it and I had really bad heart problems, so I eventually just stopped. But there's so many other opportunities for you to do something else out there in high school. Like after I stopped track, I went into art class, I went into sculpture, and I actually really found a passion for it. I'm not like Pablo Picasso or anything like that, but I really did enjoy making artwork. I finally have my glasses back on. I feel like me again. But if you're not into sports, there's so many other activities you can get into. Not only just art, but you can join clubs. Don't just join clubs at a random, like, willy-nilly. Join a club you know you can be good at, you can excel in, and join a club where you're thinking about your future. There's a lot of clubs that require you to be in it for at least 2 to 4 years to even like move up and get to like a higher level in that club. So when you're a freshman, you really gotta think about these things and really take it seriously. Especially if you're planning on going to college. High school clubs are super important. They look super good on college applications. Just always just think about your future. That is the biggest freshman tip of them all. Stay thinking about your future. You never know how a certain current event in your high school career is going to affect you in the long run. So just always stay thinking about your future and how you can allow yourself to become a better you. High school matters. High school is one of the biggest social events you'll ever get in your life before you go off to college, if you choose to go off to college. Choose your actions wisely. Your actions have consequences, always, anywhere, anytime. Be wise about it. You only get 4 years of high school. There's no remakes, there's no do-overs. You only live through high school once. And while you may be scared, you may be stressed, stay calm. You're gonna get through it. As long as you can differentiate what's good from what's bad, you'll be just A-okay. Think ahead, plan for the future, choose your actions wisely, remember your actions have consequences, and stay calm. That's all I can really say. I hope you all have a good school year this year, and I hope that these tips or this video somewhat helped you. I'm excited for y'all to have a good school year, and I'm excited for me to have my last year of high school. So we're honestly getting through this together, because your last year of high school, you're going through uncharted territory just like you are your first year of high school. Things are always worse before they get better. Remember that, and just keep your head on straight. Don't let anybody diminish your shine, and just stay true and be yourself. That's all you can do. That's all we can do as humans, is be ourselves, be true, and be kind. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe so I can post more in the future. Leave a comment. I don't get a lot of comments that much, so leave a comment if you want me to do something else, some other video ideas. It's always motivating to see any type of love. Comments, likes, shares, whatever. It's nice. Yeah, that's all I have, so I will see you guys in the next upload. Hopefully it is going to be me in Vegas, so I will see you guys.
On my knee, college begin, hop off a chick, barely get rich, let's do no more, I get a check, you selling run on my pants and my